Okay, I'll start in here with a new segment, a new, very interesting, fascinating material that I have read when I was on my 20s, long time ago in the 90s. And now I still have this book, so I'll pass it here. Okay, it's based on real life out of the body experience. So, like always, I'm going to start from back to front so as to have more organization. Although sometimes my videos are all messed it up and there's no organization at all because I get lost in the way. So, in the timeless realm, a metaphysical adventure, the higher, finer vibration of love sweeping the planet will bring new change. Where's the love now? Now we are in 2023 and we are seeing no love. For some, this will herald the choice of awakening. For others, it will quicken the awakening of choice. Now, this material was created by Michael J. from Australia. He's a Greek by ethnic group. He's a Greek, and he and his wife have the same kind of experience at the same time. All right, and that's when he was young. Now he passed away already. In fact, I even talked to them before in the 90s when I wrote to them. So they weren't alive yet back then, the 90s. They are very friendly, very nice people. And he had it when I was a little girl, when he had this kind of experience in the 70s, okay, when he was younger. So let's start. Let's finish. My fatigue is developing into throbbing ache, tugging or tugging my awareness back to the physical frailty that is ultimately in control. These past days, I want more. I gaze at the long row of panels that seem to fade endlessly into the distance of the bi-spatial room. Now he's in the room, spacecraft, okay? And like a drunkard, I want more. Walking to the next panel, I gaze into a scene of snow and ice. I look at the shepherd inquiringly. The shepherd is the alien or Anunnaki that present to him like a shepherd. They always come like a shepherd, and they have to be white, pale white, blue-eyed, etc., and had a beard. Another reality frame, I ask. In Ice Age, he replies, many of the people of your present reality, the Ice Age is one of my ancestors. Many of the people of your present reality will experience this, for it is within their consciousness that the earth must be healed in such a way and humanity punished. What? But that is on the past, but still living, still existing, coexist in the present, but it was our distant past. So he said, many of the people of your present reality will experience this, for it is within their consciousness that the earth must be healed in such a way and humanity punished. They love to punish, don't they? They create all this and then they themselves punish what they have created. Nature doesn't punish, I protest. This means like uh, another version of Neil Donald Walsh and he is a Virgo. This is true. There is no retribution in nature. Nature is balance, physically demonstrating the principle of cause and effect. However, those who are attached to the concept of environmental injustice and the need for punishment will experience an icy age reality which can return. Never forget, We each create our own reality. Not all of us do in power. This is the prime truth that holds us all within its creative framework. With the intent of hastening to another panel, I attempt to walk to the next in line, but my light body will not respond. I try to struggle, but even this is denied me. I relax. I relax and I'm easily able to follow the shepherd as we walk to the door and out of the room. Out of the room. You have seen and experienced enough, Michael or Michael. More than enough is a genuine hunger for truth. Or is it a greed that wants more? That is bingo for you. Wants to know more, more, and more. Shasned, I willingly followed the shepherd. The last time I walked the corridor, it seemed unfathomably long. But as I followed the shepherd, it leads us straight into the room where I first entered the spacecraft. The same silvery brightness is apparent, although it no longer dazzles me. The shepherd gestures to a blank wall, transforming it instantly into a large, clear window. I have the impression that we are flying, and that far beneath us I can see the planet Earth. What confuses me is the incredible aura of white light that glows like a vast nimbus around the planet. So powerful is the aura, I can scarcely see through it to the physical world. Earth. Is that really Earth? I whisper in a way. It certainly is, the shepherd replies. But but why don't I see it in the same way that our astronauts do? I'm above it. Our space photographs show it to be a brilliant blue and green, with city lights visible far out. Well, he's seen through a 3D perspective. Those astronauts is sitting through a 3D perspective, whereas he see through a 4D above. It's a different reality. It is indeed a beautiful game. However you view it, your astronauts view it from a physical reality. Exactly. And naturally, the photographs reflect this. We are not physically traveling in space, looking down onto Earth. We are unfolding through frames of reality, viewing Earth from a metaphysical aspect. Oh, I didn't know that the Earth or any planet could have an aura, let alone have one as magnificent as this. Now, I'm going to say something. He saw it on the 70s when the aura of the planet was totally different. Nowadays, I think the aura is turning like, darker than that. It's quite melancholic right now, the aura of the Earth viewed from a 4D perspective. So during this time, when he saw the aura of our planet, it was white, which represents more peace, more happiness, and joy, etc. Right now is, I can tell you, is much darker than this, than that. Is it conceivable that a planet that's considered as a home by beings of light, humanity, could be any less of a light being itself? The planet that humanity is presently learning its lessons on also has a developing consciousness. See, the destinies of humanity and Earth are intrinsically bound at this stage of growth, that which uplifts and elevates humanity does the same for Earth. Equally, those actions that defile nature and therefore the Earth are detrimental to humanity. I gaze at the vast orb of light, humbled as I feast my soul on its beauty. I notice a clear, shimmering vibration sparkling with brilliant flecks of light as it drifts from the heavens over the face of the earth. What is that? The shepherd smiles, his love radiant. Michael, or Michael, and the years to come, you will witness a birth. For many ages, a spiritual wisdom has been growing within humanity, and its birthing is imminent. It will be the selective birthing of those who, for many incarnations, have focused on their spiritual growth and insight. All birth is choice, always. How does this relate to the sparkling light that I can see? And where do I fit in all this? If there is anything that is infinite, it must be the patience of the shepherd. I notice it. He smiles at me, not just tolerantly, but with his all-embracing love. Of course, they knew what they have created, so they should understand and tolerate us and our inquiring mind and inquisitive minds. So of some Virgo people. Stepping close to me, he passes his hand slowly across my eyes. I gasp. In some incredible way, I can see over all the earth at the same time. I see, slash, perceive that the sparkling vibration of light is permeating every living thing on the planet. All minerals and all the various trace elements, every plant, from the great trees, the lichens, each and every insect, bird, and animal, every human being, all are suffused and permeated by this new, more potent vibration of light. Even the air, water, fire, and the bud of the earth itself. Nature is responding to this higher, finer vibration of love. And the 70s, the shepherd explains, there is no choice in this for nature. For nature always aligns with the natural world of life. Humanity, however, must choose to respond to this new frequency of love. This is the choice of free will. It means that to be free, your will must be aligned with love. For some, this will herald the choice of awakening. For others, it will quicken the awakening of choice. I take it I take it that the vibration I can see now is not visible on a physical level. It's only spiritually visible. Open the eyes of the soul and it will dazzle you. So what happens to me now? I ask lamely. Do I return to this struggle just like Nelton the Wolf? Totally same character. The shepherd smile is pure love. That too is your choice. You may return to this struggle, as you call it, or you can use your will and return to a willing surrender. I do not pretend that this is easy for most. There will be chaos, conflict, and fear, and this will reflect the lack of choice. Choose love, surrender to self. I sigh deeply. Like most of humanity, I'm entirely bound by my habitual conditioning. I desperately want to choose love rather than fear, and acceptance rather than struggle, and denial, but I don't know how. My struggle being letting go of fear and try to choose love. It's so difficult, I tell the shepherd. You have just defined the basis of all human conflict. I repeat, trust self and surrender to who you are. The vibration you see will assist you. Attune to your highest ideals and principles, and the vibration of love will take you into higher levels of self. And if when I awaken, I must share this experience of mine with other people. That too you have chosen. That too you have chosen. Is there one single factor of unity in all this? Just one truth or reality I can hold on to when I feel that I am drowning in the morass of everyday life? Reaching out, the shepherd places a glowing hand onto my shoulder. Michael, I can only reiterate what I have already said, and what every experience in this timeless realm has been teaching you. All life is the diversity of one. This is the great truth that all humanity is learning. You are each God in the making, even for potential gods. To create only with finite love and wisdom is a concept until it has become realized. To get past this concept, you who are God in the making are obliged to live your own creation. This reveals another prime truth. You each create your own reality. If you create separation, then your reality will give birth to fear, and you will live fearfully, experience its wide range of consequences. If you create judgment, then you will live with being judged. All negativity you express toward other people always reflect back into your own life. It has been most aptly said, what you sow, you must reap. Now is the time to sow love, reaping the rich and abundant harvest of soul fulfillment. Listening. Listening, I realize that despite having this knowledge, I will still be faced with the challenge of living it. The shepherd continues. Collectively, humanity slumbers. Awakening is an individual process. As each new person shatters the deception of separation, individually knowing in oneself as a reality, the light all of the earth will grow ever greater until eventually it will become a beacon of triumph throughout the whole multiverse. Because as in heaven, so be unto earth, and vice versa. What happens here affects the whole multiverse. What happens there affects here. For you, Michael, these timeless realms come to an end. You have both a focus and a purpose in awakening. As you and others like you emerge from the dream, knowing and experiencing the great truth of life, by daily action you will renew the earth. Love will be the earth's outpouring. There is no sensation of movement, no sweeping down to earth and the shepherd's craft. Yet, as I stand at the window, watching the sparkling vibration that sweeps like glittering dust over all the land, I suddenly see my lovely and familiar river. Turning to the shepherd, I stare him helplessly. I want to ask 1,000 questions. I want to cry. I want him to remain in my life. I want, like a fish, my mouth opens and closes while the nimbus of light that surrounds the shepherd grows ever stronger, reaching out until I'm embraced and held within it. For long moments, I feel the power of his love, and within their love, I hear again the song of oneness. That one was his higher God self, his higher self. The shepherd is Michael's higher self. How long I remain cocooned in the shepherd's aura, I have no idea. But when I see how long I remain cocooned, immersed in his aura, because he is a part of him. I have no idea, but when I again become aware, I'm standing bewildered on the riverbank. With a sadness that threatens to overwhelm me, I gaze up into the early morning sky, searching for the golden globe. But I stand alone. Even the river is normal. There is nothing even to suggest that the river had flowed steeply and outrageously uphill, uphill. No evidence see that in this place I entered a timeless room of pure wonder. The golden dawn remains the same with the sun in the same position it was earlier. As I stare at the sun, I get a momentary impression of some vast ornamency, as though I'm being watched by some colossal cosmic eye. On impulse, I smile and wink at the sun. I turn away, my mind oh, and I'm asleep or awake. The answer to this is clear, for I am aware of waves of fatigue emanating from my physical body. Slumped in my bed, I still have the same bar of light with which I began this strange adventure, but now I'm being strongly drawn toward my physical body. Floating in a fast walk across the field, I'm powerless to deny the physical pull. I'm conscious that I am changed. It would be impossible to go through all that I have experienced and not be. I know that I have been through some wondrous initiation, and I realize that rather than come to an end, it is really all about to beginning. Within my psyche, I feel the light that I have experienced, and I know that this song will never leave me. I may well forget how to listen, and I probably will no longer be able to hear it, but the song cannot be diminished. No matter what it takes or how long, I'll learn to open my heart and once again hear this song. I had no urgency of finishing my journey across the field, or even of entering our house. All I know is that suddenly I was aware of sitting slumped in bed, my pen in hand, as I finished my frenzied writing. I held the pad before me, gaping at the pages of scrawled words. The exhaustion that I now felt was unlike any tiredness I had ever experienced. I felt a strange, vast, yet fading elation mixed with an ocean weariness that seemed to come from some inner place, sweeping through me as wave after wave of unremitting fatigue. Glancing at the illuminated dial, I saw that it was 5 o'clock. My God! 3 hours had gone by and he's still tired? 3 hours only. I stayed the whole night. I got to sleep at 9 a.m. sometime midday. And I'm not tired. How come he's tired? Just 3 hours during the night. What happened to me? The first, I think that the beans sucked his energy somehow. The first light of the early morning was just beginning to peep through the chinks around our bedroom curtain as, in a whirl, I began to recollect all that had happened. As I lay there trying to remember, the enormity of it frightened me. The enormity of it frightened me. I glanced at Trini, his wife, peacefully sleeping. Would she remember her part in all this? Or would it be forgotten in the aggravation way of dreams? I decided to wake her and find out, and then tell her about my ensuing adventures. I was full to the brim. I had so much I wanted to tell her. At the very top of the list, I wanted to tell her of my vow to awaken. Had I made such a vow, I must have been mad. I dropped the pen and pad to the floor and lay back for a few moments to relax. I wanted to search for the right words to make it all sound feasible or credible. Instead, exhausted, I fall asleep. And then his epilogue. Unfortunately, my everyday reality proved the support to be right. My unwanted resistance to inner change and my unwanted attachment to all that is so-called normal, our consensus reality was very strong. Yeah, the matrix very strong. It's like a kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of a strong thing that pulls you to it, a strong magnet that pulls you like a sponge that sucks up all iniquity. Our consensus reality was very strong. A few years of traumatic inner conflict tore me apart before I finally accepted the timeless reality of that other realm. As anticipated, the everyday was so fearful of being different that I tried to deny my own experience, but I had it documented in my own handwriting, or at least about 10% of it. More than anything else, the stark confrontation of my own written account denied me any chance of dismissal. My metaphysical adventure confronted me more than anything I have ever faced. Beings I had not even dreamed of had guided me, ignited me, opened me, nurtured me, and challenged me. I was faced with a twofold task. I had to awaken to the truth of self and become open to the mystical realm of nature. The fact that I was a person of low self-esteem made it all the more difficult. My other books, Talk with Nature and A Journey to Nature, explain what happened as a life will provide your teachers in perfect timing. Some of them you will welcome, others you may try to reject. My teachers were nature and people. Nature was welcome, people were not. Even though I had to enter the mystical realms of nature for much of my self-discovery, it was my daily contact with the people that enforced the lessons I learned. It was easy to be peaceful with nature, but if I did not feel that same peace when interaction with other people, then my peace was no more than another deceit, another illusion. Never try to cope other people, be true to yourself. My series of 4 books, Relation to Nature and Self, tell of my metaphysical journey into and through my awakening. This is my reality. It may not be yours. I get a lot of email from people on a similar path, but equally, I get as much email from people who are not. Many people would like to have mystical encounters like mine, but none of them want the gut-wrenching uncertainty, or the heart-rending isolation and loneliness that I use to experience afterward. None of them ask for the devastating sense of loss that I used to feel when I returned to a normal reality. Without Trini, I would have been lost to despair. There were times when I experienced such mystical beauty that I became oversensitized, and just living the world was an ordeal. This was my path. a path of my choosing. You also have chosen your path, and it is you, it is, and it is to your path and yourself that you must be true. The simple fact is, we are all magnificent beings, seeking self in the way that most pertain to us right now. We are all unique, wonderfully different, each, each. I gradually went I gradually went through the spiritual transition that is unique to humanity. And journey into honesty, I attempt to share some fraction of my metaphysical experiences within a greater holistic reality. The experience I have documented in this book took, took place in 1977. See? The late 70s decade. The years that followed were nice. My path was a strange duality. One aspect was of pain, suffering, and all the anxiety that comes with oceans of self-doubt, while the other was a metaphysical journey into mystical nature. However, despite the trauma, I persisted. I went through my awakening in 1986. That was 9 years later. My do or die vow came very close to ending my physical life. In fact, for who I am to become my reality, my identity self did indeed die. Mm-hmm. I know what he means. But I know who I am. I know also that you, reading this, can know your own truth of self. More than anything, you need commitment. You need to focus on your awakening and follow the dictates of your heart. Your mind will scream at you, confusing you, but you will need the courage to follow that tiny whisper from the heart. Trust yourself. Do it with love. Having traveled on the path of pain, I don't recommend it. Love is the natural way. Loving yourself. Practice by being gentle with yourself, even while you are being relentless. Learn to be open to the miraculous. It makes the process so much easier. Never forget that your reality, your truth is far, far, far greater than your knowledge of it. You are a metaphysical, multi-dimensional being of light, and you will need to expand in your consciousness to accept and experience this, your divinity. Beautiful, really beautiful. Later I'll continue in the beginning. It's really amazing journey that Mr. Michael had. I hope now that he have, I think he have already emerged already. He died some time ago. I feel when I first contacted him, he was in his 90s already. So I think he gone already, and maybe he had, who knows, become something else, a teacher, and reincarnated in another body.